What's going on, everyone? Matthew here. Welcome back yet again to another video. It's been forever since we've done a sort of like tip video like this where I'm facing in front of the camera inside my own room. Been doing a lot of vlogs lately and I've been liking it a lot. But today I have some cool tips that I want to share with you. A few days ago I posted an Instagram reel. I'll post it right up here. And in that reel I've sort of shown how to do some portrait photography from the inside of your room. The thing about that is that I don't really feel like I've explained thoroughly how to do it, so today I'm going to do that right now. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Okay, so the first thing that I did was turn off all the lights in my room, and I made sure that there was no overhead light. As I said in previous videos, overhead light is not something you want to use for portrait photography or even in videos like this. You want to make sure you have some sort of cinematic lighting, so make sure you turn off those overhead lights. Next, what I did was I used this wall right here, more specifically this door. I put the darkest blanket that I had, which was gray, and I just threw it over the door. It doesn't have to cover the whole door, just up to where your face is, because that's where the portrait is going to be taken. Once you got your backdrop all ready and set, you can use your environment, use the tools that you have at your disposal as light sources. For me specifically, I used my monitor right here as one light source and the light panel that I'm holding as another light source. So when setting up your camera, make sure you use a high aperture lens. That way it can absorb in all the light, have the brightest type of photo without using as much ISO. Now, as for the two colors that I used the red and blue. That's simply because red and blue are on the opposite ends of the spectrum, so it created a nice contrast. You guys can use whatever color you want. I just choose red and blue because it was the most simple to use. Well, I pretty much went to Google, looked up blue color, and I used that as one light source to sort of create this hair light right here that you can see right here. As you can see, the monitor is sort of creating this purple-ish lighting right here. After that, you can either take a photo like this. Some people may prefer having just one side lit while the other is dark. But again, you would take a light panel just like this. This is the Litu photo light panel that I'm using right here. Now, what I did was literally held it in this sort of position right here, sort of at a 45-degree angle. Don't really want to put it in front because then the blue isn't going to really show. Put it to the side, created this sort of Rembrandt lighting, which is an excellent strategy to use when creating cinematic portraits. Now, once you're done taking your photos, you can pretty much take those photos and start editing them into Lightroom. Now, editing in Lightroom, I don't really like to tell people how to edit because, again, that's a very personal choice. That's sort of however you want to do it. One thing that I do recommend that you try is after you finish editing your photo, finish touching up the highlights and whatever you would like to fix on that photo. So once you put your photos into Lightroom and you edit them however you want to edit them, one thing I do recommend is taking the radial gradient tool, as you can see right here at the sort of bottom of that list. Click it, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the circle gradient on the top left right here, the one that looks like a circle, and you're just gonna select a point that's relatively close to the middle. I'm gonna select right by the eye right here. Then what I like to do is extend it to where it's covering the whole face, like this, sort of even it out, however you wanna do it. And then what you wanna do is lower the exposure. Now, if the face starts to sort of get a little dark, that's fine. All you're gonna do is you're gonna press this invert. And what this does, it creates sort of like this studio lighting right here where it sort of really focuses everything on the middle of the subject right here. That way you get that sort of cinematic look, that studio lighting look. That way when we exit out of here, as you can see, that background isn't there anymore and you have yourself a nice, beautiful photo. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like, please subscribe, please tap the bell for notifications. It all really does help me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video.